I'm here in beautiful Jacksonville, Tennessee. Not Jacksonville. I am here in Tallahassee, Tennessee, capital of Florida. Not Tennessee even. Good Lord. Let's just start over. Okay, I am here in Tallahassee, Florida, capital of Florida, at the Red Roof Inn. I stayed here last night. Beautiful place. And they have, just letting you know, this Red Roof Inn in Tallahassee has some very clean rooms. Very nice place to stay. And I'm parked over here at the dead end road, and my drop off was supposed to be at 10 o'clock this morning. They called and said I couldn't be there till 12, so I've just been hanging out in the truck the past couple of hours. And then I'm going to deliver this thing to the student union at Florida State University. And then I'm on my way to Jacksonville, Florida, to pick up some plywood that's going to end up being turned into subwoofers and speaker boxes. And I'm taking it to, but I'm taking that plywood to JL Audio in Miramar, Florida, down near Miami. So, kind of curious about what's going on down here though with my trailer tires and axles. They're leaking something, and I'm not really sure what that might be. Need to make a phone call to the boss man. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. Alright, so I got loaded in Jacksonville, updating you a little bit. And then now I'm down here in Fort Pierce, Florida, where I ran into somebody. My lovely sister, Patee, and her lovely husband, Daniel. So we are getting ready to move something. Patty's gonna push it because it's in the wrong place. His weight is not distributed correctly. And she's got big muscles. Show me them muscles. Oh, look at them things. Woo! Woo! That's why she's the boss. She could whoop all of our tails. Daniel, your bucket's a little bigger than the one I was carrying.
Yeah, that goes in a heck of an excavator.
Yeah, I'd say.
10,000-pound bucket. Can't imagine what the machine goes. That's a big bucket.
That's a pretty big bucket, Jason.
Yeah, it is. I don't think I could have fit in the one I was carrying.
So it's too far back and it's making them bounce all over the place. So they're gonna move that up. Patty's gonna push it, and we're gonna watch if she can move it. Look at you go!
Watching people on the street as I go by. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway. I do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
So loud.
I was old, I was young, I was sitting in the sun, I was tired of the run,
Sign said there's a crash up here somewhere.
Life was great.
And I don't know if you can see it on the video, but there are a lot of buzzards flying around. Wonder if that's a bad sign. Well,
But the rain stopped falling, and the line on the floor was crossed. And the pain I'd been feeling washed away to return another day.
I'm here in Pool, I think it was. Right outside of Savannah. I think it's Pool, Georgia. Poole. And I at Haynes Geo. And I'm picking up this stuff here. And I'm taking it all the way to Summerville, South Carolina. I got family in Summerville. Sadly, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to actually say hey. But oh well. Alright, well hey, y'all like my new look? Sexy, ain't it? I am here in North Augusta, South Carolina. Here you do this. There we go. And picking up a load, and I'm going to Kansas. So that should be great. Good long ride.
Lie down in bed.
Out of Florida. Right now I'm in Illinois, right outside of St. Louis. And if you can see my truck's right here. If you can see, there's the St. Louis Arch. It's kind of cool.
Sunglasses looking so right, hitting the streets in my old man Chevrolet, looking for a good time and then some, kicking with my friends in the hot sand. I got a song blasting by the Zach Brown band, yeah.
The Jesse James Farm. This is where Jesse James was born and raised. This is where he grew up. So let's go inside and see what kind of interesting facts we can find out about old Jesse James. Looks like there's a 20-minute video. So we're gonna sit up here and watch it.
Bouncing around like a rodeo, bad girls wanna rock and roll. Big truck, waiting on the right heat on the barbecue.
Now I'm on my way to the actual homestead, which is, you can see through the woods over there. That's where Jesse James grew up. He was originally buried. His body was moved in later years, and then they actually exhumed his body, which you saw some of the coffin stuff there in the museum, and tested it for DNA to make sure he was Jesse James, and indeed 99.7% came back. The DNA matched Jesse James. Can't help but think walking around here, the ghost of Jesse James is somewhere up in here. Jesse, can Jesse come out and play? Kind of creepy. They won't let you in because they said they're doing some construction inside. Curtains are moving. Somebody's in there. Walk around the back here. See if we can see through this window. Well, it's a kitchen. Well, hey, they can't walk in. Look at this. There's the old well. Oh Lord, that's even creepier. I hear an owl. There's the outhouse. Jesse took a dump right there. Let's see what's back here. Cool. See what's up here at the front door. Ah, these screens are so difficult to see inside. Now that window right back there is where they said the bomb was thrown in the window, and they kicked it into the fireplace and it went off. There you go, you can see that now. And that's where Zerelda, Jesse's mother, lost her arm, and Jesse's 8-year-old brother lost his life. Now Jesse's grave is here, and she used to sell, back after Jesse passed away, she used to sell rocks for 25 cents, I read. And look what they're continuing. You can continue to buy rocks for 25 cents. I don't have 25 cents on me or I'd buy one. Probably not. I don't need no rock. This is Zerelda's bedroom. Look how big this fireplace is. Huge. Wallpaper's all coming off. Wonder if how old that wallpaper is. Here is the original grave of Jesse James. Devoted husband and father, Jesse Woodson James, September 5th, 1847. Murdered April 3rd, 1882. By a traitor, coward, whose name is not worthy to appear here. We won't mention, I guess, how many people Jesse murdered in cold blood. That's right, I said it goes to Jesse. Better not make it mad. Let's see what this building is. Oh, okay, this is the slave cabin. This is the cabin where the slaves used to live. I don't know how many slaves he had. I know the wind's strong. But that's a small little cabin. Wonder how many. One bed. Creepy little doll. It's probably haunted. But how precious. The slaves was allowed to have a doll. Some old stuff. Yeah. But I think they had quite a bit of slaves. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But to me, this just ain't enough room for somebody to be living in when they get the big old house over there. My opinion. Let's see what this says. 15-year-old Jesse James was plowing the field near this location in 1863 when militia soldiers surrounded him and demanded information on the whereabouts of his brother Frank James. When Jesse refused to answer, the soldiers whipped him. He ran to the house and found his stepfather, Dr. Reuben Samuel, had been strung up, tortured, and suffocated as they had tried to get information from the family. The violence of and hatred of the Civil War led Jesse to join the guerrilla forces.
So many days is yet to come. Too many times has come to pass. Too many.
And that's the James farm. We're gonna go find some more stuff from Jesse around this area. The house he was murdered in, and the bank he robbed, and his actual grave where he actually rests. This is the cemetery where Jesse is buried, apparently. I just gotta go find his grave. Not really sure where it's at. Nash won't out of the truck. I can't let him out of the truck out here. So, let's go find Jesse. Says our veterans. Jesse James, Civil War, Site 491. Even though Jesse was never a soldier, he was in a militia. Alright, so 491, so section 491, Jesse James, and we are here. So, not too far. Oh, I just ran over a bench. Sorry, Thomas Jackson Kinney. Alright. So, we come this way, down this aisle. And Jesse's right down here on the left, apparently. Well, here you are, Jesse. I've been looking for you. It says he was assassinated. He's buried beside his wife, Zerelda, which was also his first cousin, named after her aunt, Jesse's mother, which is buried there. Zerelda James. Well, Zerelda James Samuel. Actually, right here. Zerelda Samuel. Zerelda James Samuel. And she lived a good old age, died in 1911. She was a mean woman, that's all I gotta say, from what I've read. And here's her husband, her third husband, the Dr. Reuben Samuel. And he died in 1908. Although they tried to hang him. Pappy, I guess that's what they called him. They tried to hang him, but they came and cut him down before he died. But it messed him up mentally, from my understanding. Now, this is Jesse's Civil War headstone. And although, from my understanding, he was never in the Civil War, he was never a soldier in the Confederacy, because he was only 13. It was later, when he was 16, that he joined forces with the militia. Now, I don't remember the guy's name that was over that. Here's Archie. This is his 8-year-old brother that got killed in a bomb, with a bomb. They threw a bomb in the house window there in the kitchen, kicked it into the fireplace, and he died. Archie Samuel. He was a half-brother. He was Dr. Samuel's son. And, but yeah, he was only 8. That's where he's buried. So, this is Jesse's family, with Jesse right between his mom and stepdad. So, not sure if anybody else is over here. That's Davis. These are some old graves here. Died in 1888. Not sure who these folks were. Found a buffalo. up close. He's not real. Somebody done painted on him. Painted a scene of the stagecoach. And there's the Pony Express man back here. Fun fact about Buffalo that I found in this video playing over here is that weather had a big part of the Pony Express. They were on the way. So the Pony Express is a track to take the mail from here in Mount Jackson, Missouri, all the way to California in just 10 days. So they had these riders that would ride their horses as fast as they could across, and it was a relay. So they had the horse would go about 10 miles, and they would switch horses, but the rider would go about 75 to 100 miles before another rider took the mail and continued on. So, but weather a lot of times had something to do with it. Of course. And this one guy said it was raining so hard in a thunderstorm that he ended up getting in the middle of a herd of buffalo. And the only way he could tell which way he was going was how the rain was hitting him in the face. If it was hitting his right side of his face, left side of his face, or straight on, he knew which way he was going. And he was able to get around the side of the buffalo herd and not get ran over. One thing I have found out while owning a business is you have to be a risk taker. That's what these three men were. This is William Russell, Alexander Majors, and William Waddell. They're the ones that started the Pony Express. And it was a big risk taking because it cost a lot of money and they had no funding. But after only 3 months, they were able to get a government funding because they proved themselves and the risk was well worth it. Hey man, what you doing? You just hanging out? Yeah. Hanging out on the wall. So the Pony Express. All their supplies. And of course, you need a toaster. Okay, they put that here on purpose. What doesn't fit? Long journey.
rioters burning the station and stealing its stuff.
The second floor includes the grand ballroom, and the third floor are 1860 hotel room.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'd like to check in for the night. So this is the office headquarters of the Pony Express, which the stables were next door where we went earlier. So this is where the office workers worked, and it said that the horse and rider would just ride up into the office here to pick up the mail, and then they'd head back out. Found another buffalo. Here's the track they would take across the country. Follow the lights. And that was the trail that the Pony Express took. And it only took 10 days on horseback. Now, when John Patee first came into St. Joseph's, he first established a drugstore. Something similar to this, maybe. Yeah, I got a headache. I need the best thing you got. the Young Riders movie or show on ABC. They filmed here. Ah. It's Floyd in here. The Barber Shop. Lincoln, President Lincoln, was one of the ones that got a shave at the Planter's house on Main and Francis when he passed through St. Joseph. It's like a little town here. Here's the post office. Maybe something similar to what? All these are all, of course, Walter Cronkite, which by the way is from here. So maybe his daddy or him. Was a dentist? I have not researched that, so I'm not really sure. Whoa, that looks painful. All them tools. There's a Bible. Oh wow. Teeth. So apparently all this stuff is owned by Walter Cronkite. And they were both dentists. His grandfather and his father were both dentists. And it's just interesting. Oh, I wish they were still in business. Ice cream parlor. The St. Joseph Gazette. Printing presses. I think this is a little different than what I'm used to. And I think it's a little different than what my father's used to. My dad and me both were in the printing business. I was printing t-shirts. He was doing offset printing. And the jail, maybe? Illegal weapons. Lie detector. Last legal hanging in St. Joseph was 1904. That man right there saw his fate, apparently. Smuggled guns from the late Martin Thomas. Kerosene from the St. Joseph Police Department. Here's pictures of the hanging. Guns confiscated by St. Joseph Police Department. Murder weapons. Says Jesse was just the beginning. This drill was used to kill somebody, and you can still see scalp and hair. That's kind of morbid and disgusting. These tools were used in a burglary by 2 women. And these are keys, jail keys made by spoons from prisoners. It's crazy. Doctor's office. Photographer. All these old cameras. Look, they're getting their pictures made. Ain't that precious? Alright, look at this fire truck. It was pulled maybe by horses, maybe by hand. But that's kind of neat. There's Nash. This thing don't have, this train don't have any brakes. They would throw it in reverse and then pull the whistle to alert everybody that it was stopping. Alright, doing a little reading about this room now. They held dances here for some of the Pony Express riders and their spouses or girlfriends. And also, on this end you can see it set up for a court. And the Civil War court, the Union Army took over the house here and under martial law and held trials for the war. Pretty cool. And then just about a block from here is where they hung them all. They had public hangings about a block from this location. Ship covered wagon. And then as you saw last week, we saw Abraham Lincoln's hearse. Here's another one. You want to hear something interesting? Probably just read it. This man invented and built this thing, model, two-bladed helicopter with two blades on each blade. He died in 1905, before our current helicopters were actually invented and built. He was ahead of the game. He already had the technology in mind. Just never built it full scale, I guess. Ah, this is cool. Look, we have a button to push. I'm gonna push it. But it has a sign that says view the rooms on the 3rd floor. So that's where I'm going. Oh, there's Nazi symbols. Oh, these steps are weird. And this floor is leaning. Them steps were leaning bad. But says it's not Nazi Germany. It says it's an Indian symbol for peace and friendship, but was used long before Hitler. This came from a farmhouse in western Kansas. Huh. Now this right here, they don't have it open, but this is the spot where it says night watchman Henry Corbett fell 3 stories to his death while suffering from vertigo. That was on October 18th, 1897. That would have been a long drop. I'm telling you, these steps are wicked because they lean. Yeah, that would have been a scary drop. See, the rooms back in them days didn't have showers or bathrooms in the individual rooms like hotels do now. You had to share a bathroom with the rest of the floor, apparently. So, just wait your turn, I guess. Lovely room, tall ceilings. And then you got this creepy thing right here. You're creepy. Hey, I want y'all to look at something. I'm about 5'11". That man was right at 9 foot tall. I looked him up. He actually was 8 foot 11 inches. He was 3 foot taller than I am. Found another one. These are the stairs. The man fell up there and went all the way down and died. That would have been scary. What else is scary is this woman standing here. She's a little terrifying.